A flutter of feelings soft as a sigh, the fairies bring love that no eye can deny. A whisper, a pull, a heart gently shown. Come find the truth, your soul's always known. Hey, our beautiful souls, and welcome to Blue&PinkSoulSync, where we explore the magical love, self-growth, and spiritual connection. Today, we will tune in to the energy of love and see what's unfolding next for your heart. No matter where you are on your journey, this message comes to guide you towards the love that's meant for you. Let's see what's coming in next in love. I am Linnea, and I'm so happy that you're here. I'll be guiding you through this sweet and magical pick-a-pile reading. I really appreciate all of you. Thank you so much for tuning in. So for the first pile, we have a little baby unicorn, Akira. And for the next pile, for pile number 2, we have a white, blue, pink, and yellow dragon. And for the third pile, we have a pink and green Pegasus baby deer or fawn. Now, let's step into your intuition. Take a deep breath. Quiet your mind and let your heart guide you. Your spirit guides will draw you towards the message that's meant for you. You may feel called to one pile or even maybe more than one, and that is completely okay. Let your soul decide. Close your eyes for a moment and take another breath. As you open them, whisper the words, "I trust my intuition," and see which pile draws you in the most. Take your time, trust what you're drawn to, and when you're ready, head to the timestamp to jump to your reading. Welcome, beautiful souls, to pile number 1. If you feel drawn to this pile, trust that this message is meant for you. What's coming next in love? So wow, the first card we have here is the Empress. So the Empress card is a message of abundance, sensuality, fertility, and creation. And in the context of love, she brings a powerful, invitation to receive. You're entering a phase where your magnetism is increasing, not because you are chasing love, but because you are embodying it. Whether you're calling in someone new or, deepening an existing connection, this love will be the one that honors your full self, your body, your heart, your soul, and spirit. But it starts with you nurturing yourself as the divine being you are. You deserve a love that sees your wholeness, and I feel like it's coming. The next card we have is Strength. I feel like this love will require courage, not the kind that roars, but the kind that allows softness to exist alongside power. You're being called to show up authentically, to lead with your heart, and to know that your true strength lies in vulnerability. I feel like you may have been through storms in the past. You may have had to tame your own, inner beast. But now I feel like you're being shown that love does not demand that you're toughen up. It asks you to, open up. And I do feel like you are strong enough to do that. Then we have opportunity to forgive. This situation brings the opportunity to heal, grow, and release negative patterns. Hold the intention of seeing the other person's inner divine light and goodness. We will help you release unforgiving thoughts, feelings, and energies, and lift you to a higher place of peace and compassion. I feel like before the next chapter in love fully, unfolds, there may be someone past or present who still takes up emotional space in your heart. Whether that is resentment, sadness, or regret, your guides are offering you a chance to release those old patterns. Forgiveness is not approval of harm. It's a spiritual key that unlocks your next level of freedom. I feel like this card suggests that your next love chapter comes hand in hand with, emotional healing. Can you hold compassion for the soul behind the wound, even if you walk away from the person? I feel like this release will create a true space for, real healing and for new energy to flow in. And then we have release the petals. Transformation, death, and rebirth, shedding, and all change. I feel like this is a moment of transformation in your love life. Just, as a rose must shed its petals to bloom again, so must you. You are not who you were before, and that is, a good thing. Your heart is evolving. The next love that is coming is, not gonna be a repeat of the past. I feel like it's something entirely new or something that is renewed in a current connection. because you must let the old fall away, the roles, the expectations, the habits that no longer serve you. It may feel like things are shifting quickly now, and what you need to do is trust the process. The soil of your soul is fertile now for new beginnings. Then we have codes of the seeds. The blueprint is within you. Take the next step. I feel like you already know what kind of love you want, not just from fantasy, but from soul memory. I feel like your guides now are saying, take the next step. Whether that is being more honest with yourself, making room in your life for someone, setting healthier boundaries, or, showing up more vulnerable, I know that you already know your next step, and I feel like you should follow it. The blueprint is, already within you. Like, you got this. The next card we have is the Mystic Rose. Compassion, devotion, humility, humanity, and grace. I feel like the love that is approaching you is sacred. It is not based on superficial desires, but on a shared growth, soul presence, and grace. This connection will reflect the love you have cultivated, within, a mirror that honors your softness, your devotion, your healing. I feel like this soul will be someone who meets you as an equal soul, someone who sees your depths and is not afraid to be seen themselves. I feel like it will require compassion, but I also feel like it will give back in tenfolds. And then we have the last card of this pile. Patience, please. What you're asking for is coming about. Have patience, as there are unseen factors that need to occur first. And with this card, divine timing is a real thing. Your heart, I feel like, is ready, but I feel like the timing must be more aligned for this love to, blossom fully. And I feel like it's gonna be worth, the wait. I feel like there's still unseen factors, unfolding. So, don't lose your faith if things feels delayed or, uncertain. You are not being, denied. You're being prepared. I feel like the love is aligning behind the scenes, and, soon I feel like it will reveal itself. Breathe, trust, and wait with hope, not fear. The seeds are growing beneath the surface, but when it comes to waiting, it's not just about sitting around doing nothing. It's about, living your best life, being in your true power as well. So I feel like what's coming in love for you is something soft, strong, and, sacred. I feel like this is a period of emotional release, spiritual blooming, and, it is a gentle preparation. I feel like you are aligning with the version of yourself that, attracts love from, the soul outward, not from the other way around. Be patient, take the next step, trust that the love that is meant for you is already finding its way. So this was it for pile number 1. If you enjoyed this video, I would really appreciate a like on the video, and maybe you want to comment something below about your journey. I would really love to read it. So welcome, beautiful soul, to pile number 2. If you feel drawn to this pile, trust that this message is meant for you. So what's coming in for you next in love? First, we have the Queen of Wands. I really like her hair. It's kind of like my hair color. I really feel like it's a fire in your heart with this message. And, you are magnetic. I feel like you're stepping into a new phase where love will be drawn to your energy, your joy, and your bold authenticity. And not because you're trying to be anyone else, but because you're finally claiming, your truth. I feel like you're entering a love chapter where, your light is like the love spell. Like the Queen of Wands doesn't chase, she doesn't settle, she attracts effortlessly by being fully aligned with who she truly is. I feel like you're being guided to express yourself fully, like, dress like you love yourself, speak like you trust yourself, and, love like you deserve it, because, you do deserve it. This is not just about a person coming in. This is about you becoming the version of yourself who no longer, plays small in love. Someone who is going to be deeply drawn to your radiance, but first, you must fall in love with your own flame. Then we have 7 of Wands. I feel like this card shows that you worked so hard to, get where you are emotionally, and I feel like you had to protect your energy from people who didn't see your worth or took your softness for, granted. And now I feel like you need to hold your ground. Don't water yourself down to, make someone else comfortable. The next love that comes into your life should meet you where you already stand, not pull you back into old patterns. You have nothing to prove, you are allowed, to require emotional maturity, effort, and depth, above the bare minimum. Actually, keep holding to your own standard of what you actually deserve. Because you deserve so much more than you think. And then we have joy. Joy is the highest energy of all. It's the magical sense that everything is possible. Joy springs from appreciating the gifts within each moment. Joy allows you to attract and create your present and future moments at their highest possible level. God, reading these cards is like, that text is so small, and I have really good eyesight. And with this card, I feel like you are being asked to come back to joy, not as a fleeting emotion, but as a daily vibration. Joy is like your love magnet right now, whether that is dancing around in your home, creating art, or laughing with a friend, or soaking in the sunshine. These moments of joy are portals. The more you focus on what lifts your spirit, the more aligned your energy becomes, and that's when love flows in effortlessly. I feel like the universe wants to send you someone who meets you in your light and not your loneliness. And then we have life purpose. The purpose of your life is to serve in a way that brings great joy to yourself and others. Don't worry about finding your purpose. Instead, focus upon serving a purpose, and then your purpose will serve you. And I feel like it's a very beautiful truth embedded here. The more you align with your purpose, the more aligned your love life becomes too. When you are lit up by what you do, you become a magnet for others, who's also, walking their own soul path. I feel like you need to trust that you don't have to, figure out love right now. You just need to show up for your joy, your creativity, and, your calling. When you're serving something meaningful to you, love comes as a natural reflection of that energy. Then we have Whispers of Mother Earth. Creativity, ideas, inspiration, artist, writer, and channel. With this card, I really feel like you are a channel, of creation. I feel like you have a very powerful creative energy flowing through you right now, whether you identify as an artist, a writer, a spiritual channel, or simply someone who creates beauty through how they live, I feel like your love life is tied to this creative flow. You might meet someone, through this work, or find your ability to love becomes deeper as you express yourself, more freely. Let your love life be inspired by, what you create, and vice versa. The more of your soul you express, the more your true person can find you. And then we have Ask for what you want. Let the universe and other people know what you need. I feel like this is a reminder that you are allowed to want what you actually want. I feel like the universe wants to co-create with you. You have to speak it into existence. What kind of love do you desire? What kind of partner? What kind of person? What kind of emotional support? Say it out loud, journal it, share it with your guides. Don't dim your wishes, ask and be, open to receive. Before I met my person, I had like this manifesting list of what I deserve in a relationship. And I mean, of course, my true person is gonna reflect exactly that. And the last card we have is Your desire is within reach. Have faith as everything is working in your favor. And isn't that used wow? Like, I feel like this is a gentle but powerful reminder to not give up, because what you've been asking for in love, that soul deep connection, the mutual respect, the excitement, the emotional safety, I feel like it's coming, but maybe not as you expected to, but it will come when the time is right. And what you need to do is stay in your truth, stay in your joy, stay in your power, and just know that the universe is working behind the scenes to bring this all together in ways you just cannot see yet. So what I feel like is coming in love for you is, you're gonna be more radiant, more aligned, and more ready than ever before. Your guides are saying this is your glow up phase. This is your magnetism era. As you follow your joy, your purpose, and creativity, love is gonna flow towards you with more ease than ever before. Don't shrink to fit a story that is too small. Ask for what you want. Stay grounded in your standards, and remember, your desire is not too much. It's divinely placed. So this is it for pile number 2. And if you enjoyed this video, I would really appreciate if you hit that like button. And if you want to share something about your journey, feel free to put that down in the comments and I would love to read it. Welcome, beautiful soul, to pile number 3. If you feel drawn to this pile, trust that this message is meant for you. So what's coming in for you next in love? First card we have is, wow, we have 2 of Cups. I feel like this card is the clearest sign of love, not just romance, but actually actual connection, a heart meeting, a relationship where two people see each other deeply and choosing each other with intention, whether you're attracting someone new or reconnecting with a past love or healing a current relationship, this confirms that I feel like the love that you are dreaming of is real. I feel like it's either already on your path or it's just around the corner. This is not unbalanced love. This is sacred vulnerability, respect, and soul level intimacy. Your heart already knows this person and, they know you. The next card we have is the King of Swords. I feel like this love coming your way is also very clear-minded. No games, no confusion, whether it's a new person or a new chapter, it comes with emotional maturity, honesty, and grounded communication. For some of you, this may reflect your own growth, that you reach a place where you no longer settle for boundaries. I feel like you're now ready to meet or, re-meet someone at the level of truth. Your words, boundaries, and insights are becoming powerful tools, in shaping your love life. And then we have notice the signs. Yes, the signs you've been receiving are heaven sent. With drop feathers, coins, and other signs upon your path to remind you that you're loved and never alone. I feel like with this card you have likely been receiving, repeated signs, angel numbers, names, songs, dreams, symbols like feathers or coins, or your guides are affirming you're not imagining this. These signs are universe's way of saying keep going, you are on the right track. The love that is coming into your life, I feel like it's guided and, protected. These synchronicities, I don't feel like they are coincidences. I feel like they are confirmations. Pay attention to what you feel in your body when you receive these signs, because that is your soul whispering yes, let's go. Then we have relationship. Your primary relationship is with yourself and God, and every other relationship follows you from there. Attract, heal, or balance a relationship, then snuggle more closely with your loving creator. As you feel safe and loved within, social other relationships bloom and prosper. And that is it, the most important relationship you will always have is the one between you and the divine and between you and you. The relationship you have with yourself. And I feel like this card is a soft nudge to reconnect with the source of your worth, not from external validation, but from inner alignment. When you feel loved and safe within yourself and with the divine, your external relationship mirrors that. This message is, especially important if you felt neglected, rejected, or, unsure of love. I feel like your guides are, wrapping you in love now and saying that you are already whole. And then we have reward yourself. You have been giving a lot of yourself lately, and it's time for you to receive. Make the time to reward yourself in a meaningful way. This balance of giving and receiving is essential to keeping your energy, mood, and motivation at a consistent high level. I feel like you've been giving so much, to others, to healing, to your growth, to holding space, and now it's your time to receive. It's your time to make room for joy, to buy yourself flowers, to take that break, to say yes to what brings you pleasure, Why? Because the more you fill yourself up, the more love has place to land, You do not love to earn love through struggle, You are allowed to simply receive because you exist. I feel like your next chapter in love comes with ease and not exhaustion. And then we have the Rose Garden. Innocence, forgiveness, be gentle with yourself. I feel like there's a soft, innocent love blooming, and it may begin with you forgiving yourself, perhaps what you tolerated or what you thought you had to be, perhaps for, closing your heart or letting someone in too quickly, whatever it is, let it go. The garden of your heart is being tended again. Be gentle with yourself. Love will flourish in that softness. And then we have affirmations. To lift your thoughts and energy, to attract what you desire, use positive affirmations. And that could be something like, I am worthy of love that chooses me fully, or, I attract honesty, tenderness, and trust, or I am safe to receive the love my heart has always known, because you are worth it. Never forget that. And the last card for you, pile 3, is Winter. The answers to your prayers and affirmations are fully realized in the winter months. I feel like with this card, your prayer of love, has already been heard, but the full manifestation may reach you in the winter. It doesn't mean that nothing will happen before then, It means that completion or, blossoming of this connection is tied to divine timing. And use this time, to align with your inner world. The seeds have already been planted, and winter, will reveal the full bloom. So, stay open, stay grounded, and stay connected. So I feel like what's coming in for you in love is deeply spiritual, emotionally mature, and divinely timed. You are being prepared for a connection that reflects the love that you are cultivating within. The signs, are guiding you. The divine is loving you. Your healing is not in vain. Let go of shame, let in joy, speak your desires, rest, trust, and when winter comes, something sacred will meet you, in full bloom. So this is it for pile number 3, and if you enjoyed this video, please hit that like button. I would really appreciate that, and if you want to share something in the comments, I would really love to read it. So if you have enjoyed this video, hit that like button. If what we share resonates with you, hit that subscribe button and join our SoulSync family. And don't forget to press that bell icon so you never miss a video or a live stream. Let's grow, heal, and evolve together.